Hello, I'm FedoraG4mer, and welcome to another episode of Free Game Friday. Today we're going to be taking a look at So Many Jagged Shards. So I jump right into it. This is an abstract game with some roguelike elements. Can't really call it a roguelike in itself, but it definitely has roguelike elements, and this was actually created for 7-day roguelike, which is what's a game jam, a challenge, 7 days for a developer to make a roguelike. This is, for the roguelike elements, it has procedurally generated levels and permadeath. And as you can see here, it is a very shard-filled world. So many jagged shards. So you're gonna get through here. It is completely mouse-driven. For the movement, you can use the mouse buttons and scroll wheel for abilities that I will probably find sooner or later. Or you can also use the number keys. Uh-oh, enemies, spiky enemies, let's get around them. You can also use the number keys for activating abilities. Here's one. Oh, jeez. The abilities are actually like musical notes. And this one's a good one. As you can see down in the one bar there, it has a color and kind of a symbol that describes what it does. And what they do is they affect the shard world around you. As far as I know, there's no actual direct attacks to destroy enemies, you just avoid them. But this one I have can only affect green shards. Ow! Ah, it got me. Jeez, that thing got me good. Ah, here. Did it appear to give it to me, or does it make mine affect? Was it another green one? I could have swore it was like this brown color. Well, I guess not. This one affects purple. I'm not quite sure what it does. Oh, it makes them spin. Ah, get me out of it. You can actually go through the shard yourself. It's just quite difficult to do so. You got to push the mouse pretty hard. This one will make purple shards spin, which doesn't seem all that useful, but you can use it to cut off enemies. Come on. Yeah, they don't spin very much. One of the more interesting aspects of this game is the dynamic sound engine. The music is based off what's going on. As you can hear, as I move quickly, the music reflects that. And then your attacks are also your abilities are not so much attacks, are also more or less musical notes. Same with the enemies. I don't know what's causing these things to vanish, but I'm alright with it. Clear a path here? It's interesting. I haven't seen that before. I am the master of the tan shards. Now I'm using my one ability here to shrink these ones. So, that brown note I got, maybe it just works automatically. That's interesting. Or some sort of bug. I'm not sure which way. Again, this was only made in 7 days, so there might be a few bugs here and there. It is a very big level. Basically, you're just trying, like most roguelikes, you're just trying to get to the bottom of the quote-unquote dungeon. In this one, there's apparently there's 10 floors, and the last floor can be one of 5 different floors, based on how you've played the game. Which I'm not entirely sure what factors go into that. I haven't gotten quite that far yet. Let's see. View the map, go somewhere I haven't been. Go and try to find the exit here. I really like the abstract art style. I've never seen anything quite like it. It is quite unique. Again, though, even having any term of it being a roguelike will probably make a lot of roguelike purists flip out. So I'm not going to call it a roguelike. It's an abstract game with roguelike elements. And this guy is on my butt. Get away, get away, get away, get away. Okay. I don't really get the rogue purists where if it's not, has to be pretty much if it's not turn-based, so if there's any kind of action-based in it like this one is, it can't be a roguelike. Has to have permadeath, procedural generation, and be turn-based, because apparently the genre is not allowed to evolve and change and progress. It has to stay static and stale. Yeah, if every game genre was like that, gaming wouldn't be near what it is right now. Let's see, this one is for blue, it looks like. Hitting the wrong button. Oh, it just, yeah, rearranges them. That would be good for cutting enemies off, though. What did 2 do? Yeah, it makes them turn. It's interesting, but doesn't seem too practically useful to me at this point. Let's see. I know these tan ones just kind of vanish, so we'll go over here where I have control. Get rid of these green shards. Come on. With the dynamic music engine, especially with the abilities, it can get, if you're just spamming it to get through something, it can become pretty much just noise like it is right now. So I'm not saying it's a very perfect sound method. Let's go away, green shards. Can I find anything interesting over here? I had to push through that one here. That seemed like it was probably just a giant waste of time. Let me find some more enemies, maybe? That's a little bit more interesting. It is very much a art type game. Games as art, if you will. It's more or less pure survival as far as I have seen. You don't have any means of actually attacking the enemies, just manipulating the world around you to protect yourself from them. I don't know where I'm going. Let's check the map here again. I will go down and to the right. As for the mouse controls, it works fairly well. Very interesting control method for something with roguelike elements. What way was I going to go? Okay, I need to go up a little bit more. That's why I never found it, because I just considered this blocked off. Just push through it here. Thankfully, from what I've seen, enemies can't do that like you can. Though I have seen some enemies that change the terrain around them. Whoa. Ah. And that's the end of that run. As I said, with the roguelike elements, it is permadeath. But this has been So Many Jagged Shards. I will add the link in the description. This game is, of course, completely free to download and play. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.